You know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling.
What up, Mr. Floyd?
Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school,
juniors,
like champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Belleville West High School here in Belleville. I am Todd Duke, and the regular season is over for all spring sports, and it is time to focus on the playoffs. We've already had the girls' soccer playoffs. Their season came to an end at home last week with a loss to O'Fallon. Now we focus on volleyball, softball, and baseball. First up, we have volleyball playoffs for you. This is one of the two play-in games here at the Belleville West Regionals, and this game will feature your Collinsville Kahawks against the Crusaders of Althoff Catholic High School. And again, my name is Todd Duke. Welcome into the pregame show. Brought to you tonight by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. You can give them a call for carryout orders. That number is 618-855-9007. There were supposed to be 3 play-in games here tonight. The first one is in the books. Father McGivney, Downs Maryville Christian School, 25-18 and 25-16. The Maryville Christian School, man, they were up 6-0 in the first set before Father McGivney stormed back. Before you knew it, it was 17-10, and they went on to that 25-18 win. And Maryville Christian also got out to a quick 4-0 lead in the second set, but Father McGivney came storming back, tied it up 9-9, and then went all the way and won that one 25-16. Belleville West taking on First Baptist Academy out of O'Fallon was supposed to be in this time slot, but First Baptist Academy ended up forfeiting that game. This was their first year in varsity volleyball, and I don't think they planned on I have no idea really what they planned on. All I know was that by Friday, I think they had already dropped out. So Belleville West will skate on into the next round, and they will take on Father McGivney. The Belleville West team will take on the winner of this match. Father McGivney is going to take on the number 1 seeded Belleville East Lancers. So one of the semifinals is already set, and when this match here between Collinsville and Althoff is said and done, semifinal number 2 will be set, and both of those matches are scheduled to take place here tomorrow. 5:30 Belleville East versus Father McGivney, and then Belleville West and the winner of this game will take to the court at 6:30. So Collinsville comes into this contest with a record of 11-23 under their 5th-year head coach Mike Nichols. He is now 43-55. Althoff, they are 21-11 on the year. Bryce Miller is their head coach. I have no idea how long he's been doing it or what his record is, because they don't have a lot of records for boys volleyball on the old IHSA site. Well, after graduating 9 of the 15 players on last year's varsity Kahok boys volleyball team, Coach Nichols and his staff knew this year would be a young squad lacking in the experience department on the varsity side heading into this season, but the version of Kahok volleyball managed to pick up the exact same amount of wins as last year's version, with 11 victories in each season. This being really just the 3rd full season of boys volleyball at Collinsville since the pandemic set this program back by a couple of seasons. Collinsville struggled out of the gate before winning 3 of 4 matches at the end of March. The Kahawks strung together 3 winning matches in a row mid-April and entered the first week of May winning 4 of 7 matches. Since a home win over Alton Marquette on May the 6th, though, the Kahawks have had 1 win, a 3-set win versus Alton in the home finale out of their final 5 matches. The Crusaders fell off just a little bit from a year ago when Althoff went 27-6 in the regular season before losing in last year's regional championship game to Belleville East. Alton came out of the gate strong this year after losing 5 to graduation from last year's team. The 2024 Crusaders won their first 5 matches before suffering a match setback at Belleville East. That started with the final 2 matches in the Lancers tournament and a regular season loss at Belleville East followed that. What followed that three-match setback was a 8-match win streak from the end of March through the middle of April. Althoff then lost another 4 in a row after that and went through a stretch and when they won 1, lost 1, won 1, lost 1, won 1, and lost 1 before they ended up finishing the regular season with 3 straight wins, including the regular season finale, the 3-set home victory over Collinsville this past Thursday. Had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with Collinsville's head coach Mike Nichols. We will pass that conversation on to you next as the LC's Pub pregame show continues here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
We welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're at Belleville West tonight. Got a little playoff boys volleyball action for you as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Althoff Crusaders. Joining us now is Mike Nichols, the head coach of your boys Kahawk volleyball team. All right, this is your third full schedule for your varsity Kahawks as a head coach. Things a little bit more comfortable for you now in year number 3. I mean, I know that you went through this on the girls' side as the assistant coach, but as the head coach, are you feeling a little bit more comfortable with everything?
I feel like the end of the season's always a little more comfortable after you find your groove with all the stuff outside of the volleyball. So yeah, we're excited to be here tonight, excited to play Althoff again. We saw them last Thursday. We hung around, maybe even should have won that match. We're looking forward to it tonight.
All right, so what's the easy part, man? Getting prepared for the year, or then week-to-week game prep, practices leading up to game prep? What is the easiest part?
Certainly not the lead up. The first couple weeks and the couple weeks before the season are crazy, just getting all the behind the scenes stuff ready to roll. And then once the season gets going, we had 4 games last week, so we only had a couple practices. That's tough. There's a lot we want to work on. Those couple practices, and you got a player or two missing, it's just really hard to get prepared for the next set when we got games back to back to back.
In a perfect world, how much would you like to practice in a given week?
2 to 3 games a week, 2 to 3 days of practice a week would be perfect.
All right, let's talk about the guys here, man. I arrive early. I got to get my stuff set up, and I get here sometimes before the other team gets here. And when I usually do that, your guys are on the court having these little competitions, and looks like they're having a blast. How are these guys?
Yeah, they're great. They love to play volleyball. I mean, you almost got to tell them to chill a little bit before some games because they always want to play. We just got to focus on making sure all that time on the court is useful and we're getting better when we're touching the volleyball and not getting into bad habits.
All right, so do you find those bad habits in some of those little friendly competitions they have before the other team's bus even shows up?
Sometimes the volleyball is a little rough, and you got to remind them, hey, we're doing the right thing, even though we're just messing around right now. And hoping these boys eventually will just always play volleyball the right way.
All right, so you came into this season with a young roster. We talked about that a lot this year. Got most of their experience last season playing mostly on the JV side of teams. So tell me about the progress of those players and knowing you're going to have some of these guys back for not only next year but the year after that.
It is hard being a competitive person. I know our record's not great this year, but they are young and they are going to make a lot of those kind of junior varsity mistakes, and we just got to kind of take it in stride on the varsity court. We're pretty excited to finish ahead of Alton for the first time in the last 3 years, so let's take the good with the bad and work on it for next year.
Well, you guys won 11 games last year. You also won 11 games this year, but I think last year you played like 8 or 9 more matches.
We played a lot more matches this year. We had a few varsity tournaments that added 10 games to our schedule, so that was the difference in games played.
All right, so strides made by most. You got top 3 in aces, 2 sophomores and a junior. And I was looking at all the statistical categories, and you got a lot of sophomores and juniors at the tops of these lists.
That's what happens when you only start sophomores and juniors. Yeah, we got a young team. Looking forward to the next couple of years.
All right, so what did we learn about Althoff after playing them in the regular season finale on Thursday?
We figured out we could hang with them a little bit. We were missing a couple guys. They're missing a couple guys. So I'm not exactly sure what starter was missing, but they could be a totally different team tonight. We'll see.
All right, so what do you want to see out of your guys tonight, knowing that this is the team you just played on Thursday? Anything different or kind of the same approach?
We'd like to put a bigger block on their outside hitters. They ran a lot through their outside. They run a lot of quicks in the middle. Our middle blockers didn't do a great job Thursday of going up with that on time. So hoping tonight we can make that adjustment and see what happens.
What's the worrisome part about playing Althoff?
Althoff always has a good setter. They always play really good defense, and they're not going to make a lot of mistakes.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mike Nichols, your Collinsville Kahok boys volleyball head coach. We'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show, and when we come back, we'll throw starters your way. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
And once again, welcome back to Belleville West High School. Regional play-in game between Collinsville and Althoff getting ready to take place. Here are your starters. We'll begin with Althoff. Rhett Neville will be the setter. Kyle Johnson, a middle blocker. Nolan Carban, a libero. Andy Weir and Sam Roach. And Roach, I think it's Rock. Outside hitters, both of them. Brady Lichtenfeld as well. Lichtenfeld, Drew Tyler is a middle blocker for your Collinsville Kahawks. Evan Wilkinson is an outside hitter. Along with Cade Simmons, your middle blockers, you have Stanley Carnahan and Andrew Balsidis. Robbie Freeman is the libero. Colin Waligorski is a setter. JaPaul Hudson plays on the right side. Collinsville closest to your screen over here on the right side of the court, wearing their purple, trimmed in white. Numbers are in white, have the word Kahawks written across the backs of their jerseys. And the Crusaders are here in their kind of a mixture of their navy blue, midnight blue almost, and gold. And the gold at the bottom of the jerseys works its way up into that midnight blue. And they have the word Crusaders written across the fronts of their jerseys. And the first serve is into the net from Rhett Neville, who came in 85.44%, 27 aces on the year. He led the team in that category, but he is going to start off by giving Collinsville the first point here in this game. So Collinsville served by Cade Simmons. We'll give you his information in a moment. And into the corner and out of bounds it goes. Collinsville goes up by a score of 2-0. Cade Simmons leads his team in the serves category with 139 of them on the year. 87.7% is his service rate, and he also led Collinsville in aces this year with 15. And there is a kill by Stanley Carnahan. A little one-hand tap over, and Collinsville has jumped out front by a score of 3-0. Best of three sets as per usual. Cade Simmons ready for yet another serve. That one to the near sideline, and it stays over there until it goes over to the far side. What a block up front by Carnahan as well as Hudson. So give them credit for a half a kill each. And Collinsville goes up 4-0 here. Simmons continuing to serve. Into the sideline once again. Now back to the middle and into the net. Collinsville quickly up 5-0. We'll see how long Coach Miller wants to stand with this. Yep, not very long. Timeout on the floor already by Althoff. We'll step aside for just a moment, and we're back with more on the Kahawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420.
After another Cade Simmons serves, Althoff finally gets it over for a kill, and they are on the board. It's now 5-1, so the timeout apparently paying off there for Althoff as they break that 5-0 lead that Collinsville had. Serve comes into the middle. Freeman takes care of it. Now over here to this side for Wilkinson. Blocked up front and down into the empty spot right before Freeman could get there. Colin Waligorski setting up Wilkinson over here on this side. And a serve coming up here for Lichtenfeld. Lichtenfeld 76.4% on the year as far as serves are concerned. And now Carnahan out of bounds. Tried to get it over there in that near side corner, but just couldn't do it. And just like that, we go from 5-0 to 5-3. And another turn at the service line coming up for Lichtenfeld. He sends one right down the middle, picked up by Freeman. Waligorski back behind him now for Hudson, and that one worked. Nice diving try there by Luchtefeld, but it ends up going off of him and out of bounds. And Carnahan gets his second kill of this game. Collinsville gets one of those points back, and they have doubled up Althoff. Here is Robbie Freeman. Freeman on the serves this year, 89.6%, 5 aces on the year. Althoff has that one blocked, but it's blocked down on the wrong side of the net for Collinsville, and it's a 6-4 Kahok advantage. Back to serve, Nolan Carban. Carban on the year, 94.8 on the service efficiency, 14 aces. In the middle, taken care of by Simmons to Freeman. Freeman sends it into the middle for Balsidis. Balsidis gets it over, and now Althoff has to scramble for it one more time, and finally Neville gets it over. Collinsville goes back to work, and Waligorski sets it up for Hudson, and Hudson gets it over. Not the really great setup. There's a block up front, and a point by Collinsville on a nice block there by Hudson. That's his second block. Collinsville gets another one of those back, 7-4 in favor of the Kahawks. Back to serve for Collinsville. Miles Tonelato. He'll check into the game from the bench. And Tonelato on the year, 82.3% efficiency, 5 aces on the season. Gets one right down the middle, taken care of by the libero and sent over. Freeman gets a touch out of it first. Waligorski over here for Wilkinson. Down the line it goes. Out of bounds it goes, and Collinsville will get another point. 8-4 in favor of the Kahawks. Tonelato back to serve again. There's the whistle, and we can get back to work. Little pop fly that's handled over there on the far side. Now over here onto the near side. Partially blocked by Balsidis, but goes off of his hands the wrong direction and out of bounds, so Althoff gets one of those back. 8-5, Collinsville with the 3-point lead. Andy Weir, the 6'3 senior, back to serve. Weir on the year, 88.5% efficiency, just 1 ace. Freeman takes care of the first one. Waligorski sets it up for Balsidis. Taken care of over on the far side by Althoff. They'll get it over, and almost 3 players went for that ball at once, and neither one of them could get there in time. And Althoff gets back to within 2. Another serve coming up here for Andy Weir. Second tallest guy on the court for Althoff. Kyle Johnson is at 6'4", Weir is at 6'3". Waligorski over to the near side for Wilkinson. Taken care of in the back line by Althoff. And now Weir sends it over and popped up in the air by Freeman. Nice recovery there, kind of late for Wilkinson, but he did get there in time. Blocked up front, and Collinsville is going to get the point. Waligorski blocked that one. And the Kahawks get one of those back, and back to their 3-point lead for Collinsville. Back to serve. Here is Lucas Zagorski into the middle. Up front it goes. A little shot over, nothing too dramatic. And then Simmons sends it over with one hand, and that kind of flummoxes the Althoff Crusaders just a bit. Collinsville takes care of it. Tonelato to Waligorski to Simmons. Blocked up front, but it goes down on the other side. And a big kill there by Cade Simmons. 10-6 in favor of Collinsville. Another serve coming up here for Lucas Zagorski. 91.3 on the efficiency rate on the year with 12 aces. Punched over. Waligorski takes care of it. Zagorski to Waligorski. And then a little simple touch over by Cade Simmons will give him yet another kill. And Collinsville extends that lead back out to 5. It's 11-6. Collinsville won the first set Thursday night, and then Althoff came back and won the final 2 sets. The middle set took some extra time, and that one's out of bounds. Collinsville will pick up another point. Collinsville won the first one 25-22. Althoff then won 26-24 in that second set to tie things up, and then Collinsville lost that third set 25-12. Here it's 12-6. Kahawks have the lead. There's the serve taken care of by Althoff. They'll set it up over here on the near side. Punched across, and that one lands inside the back line just barely. Tonelato gave it a chase, but I think at the last second he thought it might go out of bounds, so he kind of held up that chase, but it stays in bounds, and Althoff picks up point number 7. Back to serve. Michael Roque. Roque sends it over. Tonelato takes care of it. Over to Waligorski. Now Balsidis. That's off of a partial block in the middle and all the way back up against the wall. And Collinsville up now 13-7. Stanley Carnahan checks back in, takes the place of Robbie Freeman. Back to serve for Collinsville is Andrew Balsidis. Balsidis on the year, 72.8% efficiency rate with 5 aces. And he punches one just up into the front, taken care of there by Neville. Now back over to the far side, blocked over there by the tag team of Waligorski and Carnahan, but it's blocked out of bounds. And it is now 13-8, Collinsville with the lead. Coming in to serve off of the bench is Braden Madura. Madura is a 5'10 senior middle blocker. And Madura on the year, 90% success rate with 1 ace. And now Althoff has to get it over. They finally do. Taken care of into the back by Zagorski. Pushed up front. Simmons off of another partial block gets another kill. 14-8. Collinsville in the lead. Winner will be back here tomorrow to take on the host Belleville West Maroons. Here is Waligorski with a serve. Down the middle it goes. Dug out of there by Althoff. Over on the far side. Popped up by Freeman. Now Waligorski sets it up behind him for Carnahan. Carnahan gets it over. And taken care of by the libero. Waligorski back to Carnahan. Carnahan for Hudson. Two-hand. I don't think he got enough of it, but he'll take it for the kill. He barely got the fingertips on that one, man. 15-8, Collinsville in the lead. Waligorski back to serve again. 89% efficiency. Blocked again by Hudson, but this time he blocks it right into the Althoff bench, and that's out of bounds. 15-9 in favor of Collinsville. Rhett Neville started the service for this first contest, and he's back for another try. Sends it down the middle, taken care of by Freeman. Waligorski sets it up over here for Hudson. Hudson gets it across, taken care of by Carban, the libero. Now over to the far side, blocked again by Carnahan, but again, just like Hudson's, it went out of bounds. And now the Crusaders are back to within 5. 15-10. Collinsville has the lead. Another serve coming up here for Neville, the freshman. Popped up by his opposing libero, Freeman. And that one ends up going under the net. Collinsville will take the point there. And now Wilkinson will come in and take the place of Lucas Zagorski. Meanwhile, Cade Simmons back to serve. Simmons leads Collinsville in the kill department with 77. Lichtenfeld has the honors for Althoff in that same category. And into the middle, and nice job digging that out by Freeman. Poked into the back corner. Nicely done there by Stanley Carnahan. Carnahan saw that corner was empty all the way over here on that near side, and he took advantage of it, set it right where he wanted it to. Right where he wanted it to. Simmons having a tough time making the tongue and the lips work at the same time here. Poked over, and that one was, well, a violation by Collinsville. Will give Althoff the point. And now back to serve for the Crusaders, Lichtenfeld. Brady, a 5'11 junior outside hitter. Freeman takes care of that. Waligorski sends it over. Now Althoff goes back to work. And a shot that's off of Waligorski. And then out of bounds. I don't know if that one was already heading out of bounds before he touched it. Probably what Coach Nichols was telling him over there. Should have let that one go. Lichtenfeld back to serve again. 17-12. Collinsville with a 5-point lead. Into the middle it goes. Freeman takes care of it. Now Waligorski sets it up behind him for Hudson. Hudson gets it across. And now Althoff goes back to work. Neville sets it up on the near sideline. Partially blocked. Collinsville keeps it alive. Carnahan gets it across, but it's too far. Had that back corner on the far side picked out this time, but just a little bit too much. And back to within 4 points are the Crusaders. Another serve coming up here for Lichtenfeld. Luchtefeld barely got that one across. Way to stay with it, Waligorski. And now Wilkinson gets it over. Luchtefeld gets the first touch of it. And then Collinsville hits it over toward their bench. Simmons keeps it in. Wilkinson takes care of it. And after a little bit of a miss hit there by Althoff, it rolled right down that Crusader, his arm and his body, and straight down to the ground. And Collinsville gets one of those points right back, 18-13. Kahawks up by 5. Robbie Freeman back to serve it up now for Collinsville. Freeman sends it into the middle, taken care of there by Carban. And then Simmons finds the ball. It attracted him like a magnet over there. Luchtefeld on the back line. Now over to Carban, or excuse me, that was Neville, and then a block. And Collinsville gets another point on a block, this time by Hudson. And the Kahawks, 19, looking for that elusive point number 20. Freeman gets it across. It goes straight back. Popped up, stays on the back line, so the libero finally had to get it over. Here is Hudson with another kill opportunity. This one into the Althoff bench, and saved, and out of bounds, and it belongs to Collinsville. Point number 20 in the books for the Kahawks. Collinsville up by 7. Freeman, he's ready to serve. Into the middle, taken care of again by Carban. Now moved over here to the near side off a partial block, and no one in the middle to help clean it up afterwards. And Althoff gets one of those back. Collinsville still has a 6-point lead. Trying to get to 25 first. Here is Nolan Carban. Sends it into the middle. Simmons mishit it. Freeman saves it. And now Simmons will go ahead and knock it over. Nicely done there by Freeman, not giving up on that. On the near side, blocked out, taken care of there by Hudson. And Balsidis on the blocks. But the point belongs to Althoff. Another serve coming up here for Carban. Into the middle it goes. Wilkinson gets it first. Now Waligorski to Hudson. He'll send it over. And taken care of by Collinsville. And now Andy Weir gets it over. He does. Simmons. Waligorski for Wilkinson. Wilkinson sends it across. Nice job there by Carban, the libero, with the nice dig. And then popped up. Freeman keeps it alive for Simmons. Simmons gets it over with the right-hand slap. And into the middle it goes, and out of bounds. Just a little bit too far there from Kyle Johnson. And Collinsville picks up point number 21. 21-15. And a timeout on the court. We'll step aside as well. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahawk Sports Network and KahawkSports.com.
Back here at Belleville West High School, Todd Duke along with you on a Monday night. Today was the last day at school for all the teachers. Kids finished up on Friday, so we are officially now into summer break, but sports continues on. Volleyball playoffs tonight. Softball and baseball playoffs begin on Wednesday. Kahawks up 21-15 here in this one. And a serve by Tonelato, and a nice job on the chill try by Althoff, but couldn't finish it up. And now Althoff going back to work. Partial block up front. Nicely done there by Balsidis as well as Waligorski. And one-hand poke over. Freeman takes care of it. Waligorski sets it up for Wilkinson. Wilkinson punches it across. Luchtefeld takes care of it to Neville. Neville back over to this side. Another block there by Balsidis. Collinsville back to work. Here is Wilkinson getting it over on a pop shot. Taken care of by the libero Carban. Over onto the far side, and that one is inbounds. Big kill shot there by Althoff and Michael Roque. And if you're Althoff, you definitely needed that one. Collinsville still up by 5. And the serve being taken care of here by Andy Weir. Weir pops it up and barely gets it over. Freeman stays with it, and now that's out of bounds. Collinsville had a couple of players going after the ball at the same time. They ran into each other, and that was the end result. Hits the little candy cane pole over here on this near side. Once it hits that, that's out of bounds. There's no whistle that's going to save you. 21-17, Collinsville still in the lead. Simmons, Waligorski to Wilkinson. Wilkinson sends it over and too far, out of bounds. And the Kahawks want to call a timeout now, so we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout right along with them, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Belleville West High School, 21-18 in favor of Collinsville. Althoff hanging tough, and Simmons has got to get it up there, and he does. Freeman, he'll get it over. Now Althoff going back to work, and over on the near side, that's too far, and Collinsville will get the next point to make it 22-18. Kahawks 3 points away from wrapping up a first set victory here. And another serve coming up here for Zagorski, taken care of by Althoff. Neville sends it over to the far side, popped up, and a nice dig job there. Got it over on the first try, but you'll take it, right? And then a big kill shot up front by Kyle Johnson for Althoff. We'll give Althoff point number 19. So the Crusaders still only 3 points behind here. And going back to serve, Michael Roque. And here we go. There's Tonelato. Waligorski over to Simmons. He'll just touch it over. And now the Crusaders go back to work. And a partial block, but it hits Balsidis in the elbow and then falls down on the wrong side of the net. So all of a sudden, Althoff back to within 2. Another serve here for Roque. Into the middle. Tonelato takes it. And Waligorski just says, let me just smack that over here. I'll pick up a kill, and that's point number 23 for Collinsville. It was kind of at a weird angle. I don't think he had much of a choice and then just hit it over. He was not in a good position to set it up. And Drew Balsidis back to serve it up now for Collinsville. Okay, oh, into the net. Never a good time for a service error, but when you only need 2 points and you're only up by 3, those are a little tough to swallow there. So now Collinsville only up by 2. And Braden Madura back to serve it up for Althoff. In the middle, Tonelato gets there first. And Carnahan sent it over with 2 hands. Wasn't close enough to try for a traditional kill. And that one is out of bounds. And Collinsville 1 point away from wrapping up this first set victory. Well, they gave that one okay. So Althoff, they give them the point. I don't know if that was touched by Collinsville, but I guess that's what they're saying. So now just a 1 point lead for the Kahawks. Into the back line it goes. Taken care of. Waligorski to Simmons. Simmons sends it across with the right hand. Neville sets it up over on the far side for Lichtenfeld, and that one is out of bounds. Now Collinsville 1 point away from wrapping up this first set victory. Still close, though. Colin Waligorski going back to serve. Paul Hudson will check back into the game, take the place of Miles Tonelato. Waligorski ready to go. And sends one into the middle. Popped up. Neville sends it over to Lechtenfeld. Lechtenfeld, and that one's in. No. Well. Okay, make up your minds, guys. Which one is it? Looked to me for a second that this judge over here in the corner threw up the flag like it was out of bounds, but they're going to say no. 24-23 in favor of Collinsville. A timeout on the floor. We'll step aside for a quick 30-second break, and we're back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Well, the Kahawks can win with the next point, 24-23. Collinsville just needs that 25th point. Althoff trying to make sure that doesn't happen. They'll serve it. Popped up into the middle. Waligorski sets it up for Hudson. Hudson has it partially blocked, kept alive by Freeman. Got bowled over by Waligorski. Simmons gets it across. Althoff barely keeps it alive. And now they have to get it across, which they do. Freeman touches it first. Waligorski will send it over, trying to see if Althoff has fallen asleep or not. And then a partial block up front, kept alive by Freeman. Popped up by Zagorski. Japal Hudson gets it over into the far side corner. Set up over here on this near side. Taken care of by Waligorski. And then Japal Hudson will get it over once again. First touch over there by Oroke. Over to Lichtenfeld. And a ball that falls in right before Freeman could get there. He wasn't sure if it was going to make it over the net or not. And then he slipped with those feet. And we are tied at 24, so it's going to take extra time to decide this first set. Have to win by 2. Here is Rhett Neville. Neville sends one over, and that is out of bounds. And Collinsville, once again, 1 point away from wrapping up a first set victory. Cade Simmons will see if he can get it done from the service line. Wilkinson, he'll check back in, take the place of Zagorski. And Simmons sends one over. Taken care of by Luchtefeld. And over onto the far side, off of a partial block, and Freeman's got to get it over. He does so all the way from the back line. Carban, he gets the first one. And a partial block falls down right after Carnahan touches it, and now we're tied at 25. So still extra time going to be needed here in this first set. Luchtefeld will go back to serve. Althoff has not had a lead in this first set. And that one is out of bounds, and Collinsville once again 1 point away from wrapping up this first set victory. Kahawks led 5-0 at one point early, 18-14, 21-18. Then Althoff came storming back, tied it at 24, now tied it at 25. Now Collinsville up 26-25. Here's Robbie Freeman with the serve, taken care of back there by Carban. Over here to the near side, popped up, straight up. Waligorski touches it first, set up for Hudson. Hudson, partial block. That one is going to go, almost off of that pole. Collinsville gets it over on the final try. Here is Carban setting it up over here on the near side. And Collinsville is going to get the point as that one hits that candy cane stripe. And the Kahawks win that one 27-25. And that is going to send us to set number 2, with the Kahawks needing just one more win to pick up a victory here tonight and return here tomorrow night for a meeting with Belleville West. So we have a timeout coming your way, and we'll be back with set number 2 right after we take this timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Belleville West High School. My name is Todd Duke. We are ready for set number 2. Collinsville wins the first set 27-25. Kahawks never trailed in that set. They had some pretty good leads, 4 or 5 points here and there, and Althoff just never went away. And Althoff ended up tying it 23-all and then 24-all and then 25-all before Collinsville picked up the final 2 points in that first set to win it 27-25. So the Kahawks trying to go for the 2-set sweep here tonight and return tomorrow to take on the host Maroons. If they do, we'll be here to bring it to you. Referee making sure everybody is where they're supposed to be. So you get that 3-minute break there in between sets and come back, and then it still takes a minute. Collinsville is going to serve first, and with the honors, Colin Waligorski. Waligorski gets us underway in set number 2. Shoved up front, and now Carban has to get it over. He does so. Wilkinson gets the next hit, and now Hudson will hit it just a little bit too far. So Althoff has their first lead of this match. It's a 1-0 lead. Sam Roque will go back to serve it up now for Althoff. Eventually. He'll send it over, taken care of by Freeman. Waligorski sends it all the way over here to Hudson. Hudson has to two-hand it, and a double hit by Hudson will give Althoff the 2-0 lead. So another serve coming up here for Roque. Must be his routine. Bounces that ball about 12 times and then sends it over. Waligorski sets it up for Hudson. Hudson has that one blocked, and another point for Althoff. So Collinsville jumped out to a 5-0 lead in that first set. Now Althoff jumps out to a 3-0 lead here in set number 2. Roque sends another one, and that one barely clears the top of the net. Waligorski sends it over to the far side for Simmons. He'll send one over. And then Neville goes over to Lechtefeld. Lechtefeld off of a partial block by Carnahan, but he couldn't get enough of it to keep it alive. And quickly it is 4-0 in favor of the Crusaders. Roque sends another one over. Freeman takes care of it again. Waligorski sets it up in the middle to Carnahan and blocked again. And back over by Althoff. So it was at this point in the first set that Althoff called a timeout. But Coach Mike Nichols is not going to do that here in this second set. Rope sends another one over. This one's taken care of by Wilkinson. Waligorski sets it up behind him for Simmons. Little touch. Collinsville's on the board. Simmons. He'll go back to serve. 5-1 in favor of Althoff. Lechtefeld gets a hold of it. Neville back over to Lechtefeld, and that one's a good one. Into that back line, right in between Simmons and Freeman. 6-1 Althoff. And the libero, Nolan Carban, back to serve. He does so. Simmons touches it first. Waligorski sends it over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson off of a partial block up front. And then it screams into the stands. Collinsville gets a much-needed point. Kahawks trail by 4. Robbie Freeman back to serve now for the Kahawks. He does, all the way to his libero counterpart. And then a big kill up front by Kyle Johnson. 7-2. Althoff with the lead. And here is Neville to serve it up now for the Crusaders. Neville. Simmons, Waligorski to Hudson. Hudson, nicely done there. And Japal Hudson picks up his second kill of the night. Collinsville back to within 4. And the Kahawks will serve it up, and coming in to do that is Miles Tonelato. Miles, big deep breath. Sends one right into the middle. Popped up, sent over to the far side, and taken care of on this side by Freeman. Waligorski gets to it next to Wilkinson. Into the back corner it goes. That one's not going to be caught. And Collinsville will get back-to-back points there. So Tonelato with another serve. And taken care of by Carban. Neville sets it up over on the far side, sent across by Weir. Collinsville goes back to work. Wilkinson with a nice job. And the Kahawks climbing right back into this one. They're back to within 2 are the Kahawks. 7-5. Collinsville won the first set, looking to complete the sweep here and have a return trip tomorrow for a little regional semifinal action. Next serve by Miles, into the middle, taken care of by Carban. Neville sends it over to the far side to Weir, and again, they find that spot in between Simmons and Freeman. And now back out to a 3-point advantage for Althoff at 8-5. Lechtefeld back to serve it up now for Althoff. He does, into the net. And now, Lucas Zagorski back to serve for the Kahawks. Zagorski sends one up front. Neville sets it up behind him for Weir off of a partial block up front. And now Waligorski setting it up for Simmons. He tried the old backhand hook shot and couldn't complete. 9-6 in favor of Althoff. Braden Madura checks back into the game. He'll go back to serve. Madura into the middle, picked up by Freeman. Waligorski sets it up into the middle for Jacob Taylor. Taylor, first time he's been in the game, and he comes in and picks up a kill. 9-7. Collinsville only down by 2. Freeman will check out. Carnahan comes back in. Taylor wasn't in there for very long as he has been replaced by Gabe Freeman. Freeman sends one over. Neville Sets it up behind him. Blocked up front by Simmons. Nicely done there, but boy, oh boy, that's a good job of keeping that one alive by Althoff. Now Carban to Neville. Into the middle and into the net it goes, and Collinsville will get the point. 9-8. Collinsville back to within 1 after trailing 5-0. And a kill try, nicely done over there on the partial block, and then pushed across by Freeman. Neville sets it up behind him again for Ware. That's out of bounds, we're tied. Oh, we're gonna say it's partially tipped. We're not tied. 10-8 in favor of Althoff. Went off of somebody's fingertips, the referee on the ladder says. And now Andy Weir back to serve. Crusaders have a 2-point lead. And that one was real close to not getting over. Nicely done there by Carban. Neville sets it up again over on the far side. And a block over on the far side by Waligorski. And Carnahan will get Collinsville back to within 1. Here is Waligorski back to serve for the Kahawks. He does so. Little sinker. Neville stays with it, though, and sending it over is Roque. And Collinsville back to work. Simmons into the middle, and then it goes over the ladder and out of bounds. And Collinsville has fought all the way back and tied this thing up. We are at 10-10. Another serve coming up here for Waligorski. Into the back line, and it stays in. Carban let it go. Collinsville up 11-10. So the Kahawks have their first lead here in this second set. Another serve by Waligorski on the way. Line drive shot taken care of by Carban. Neville sets it up for Weir, and Weir sends that one out of bounds. And Collinsville up by 2. Waligorski enjoying a little service time. Sinker taken care of by Luchtefeld. Neville sets it up. Blocked across by Carnahan for the kill. Give him a kill and a block. How about that? Kahawks up 13-10. Althoff wants a timeout. We'll take a timeout right along with him. We're back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahawk Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
Back here at Belleville West High School. Kahawks have come all the way back in this one. Collinsville trailed 5-0, came back to tie it up 10-10, and now have a 13-10 lead. Here's another serve by Waligorski, and Neville will set it up over on the far side. Roque gets it across. Simmons for Waligorski, setting it up for Hudson. Nice save back in the back by Luchtefeld. Now again, Roque. Popped up by Collinsville. Freeman couldn't quite get there. And Althoff gets one of those back. 13-11, Collinsville leading by 2. Here is Sam Roque. Man, didn't he just serve back there a little while ago? He's the one who bounces that ball down about 17 times before he's ready to serve. Into the back line, Freeman takes care of it. Waligorski sets it up for Simmons off of a partial block. Althoff keeps it alive. Neville over to Luchtefeld. He'll just tap it across. Collinsville finds it. Now over here to Hudson, and Hudson hits it too far. So the Kahawks lead has shrunk to 1. Roke back to serve again. That's about 15 times he bounced that ball. I counted this time. Into the net. So Collinsville back out front by 2. Only about a foot off the ground. He bounces that ball like 15 times in a row before he serves. Here is Simmons. He doesn't do that. He's ready to go. Into the middle and taken care of there by Althoff. And then a no-look, by Neville on the second opportunity. Will bring the Crusaders back to within 1. Tight game here. We're getting kind of late in this second set. Nolan Carban back to serve for Althoff. Sends it into the back line. Freeman takes care of it first, and Kyle Johnson tapped that ball over before Collinsville could even get the second touch. And now we are tied at 14. Serve. Freeman takes care of it. Waligorski sets it up into the middle for Carnahan. Into the back. Neville sets it up over on the far side, and that's a partial block that goes out of bounds off of the Collinsville players up front. And now Althoff back out front, 15-14. Another serve coming up here for Carban, and Freeman picks it up once again. Waligorski sets it up for Hudson. Partial block up front, sent across and out of bounds. Collinsville will get that point right back, and we are knotted at 15. Robbie Freeman back to serve now for the Kahawks. Sends it across on a sinker. Neville. Freeman to Wilkinson. Wilkinson sets it up, but not sets it up, got it too far. Was trying for that back line, but just hit it a little bit too far, and it went beyond the back line. 16-15, Althoff back in front by 1. Rhett Neville back to serve it up now for Althoff. And he does. Robbie Freeman is the first to touch it. Waligorski into the middle for Taylor. Taylor with a simple left-handed touch. Neville sets it up behind him for Weir. Weir off of a block, and down it goes. And now a 2-point lead for Althoff. Neville ready with another serve. Oh, Freeman hits that one with his left hand as he was falling down, and then another nice save. Back into the corner it goes. Simmons got it over there on the second try. Lichtenfeld goes for the kill, takes care of it. Collinsville continues to keep it alive. I don't know how they did that, but boy, that was a tough one there. Here is Taylor. Taylor gets it over to Waligorski off the top of the net, kept alive. Neville sets it up behind him for Weir. Blocked down front by Taylor. Collinsville back to within 1, 17-16. Tonelato comes in to serve. That was, man, I can't believe they kept that alive. Tonelato, right down the middle it goes. Neville sets it up over onto the far side for a rock, and down it goes. And a block by Collinsville, and a Colin Waligorski picks up his 4th block. A couple of them have been partials. But we are tied 17-17. Tonelato ready for another serve. Tim Lockett off the bench for Althoff, his first entrance into this match. And up front, it takes and Neville over to Weir. Weir down the line, taken care of by Simmons. Waligorski sets it up over here for Wilkinson off the top of the net in a roller. And Collinsville back out front, 18-17. Tonelato enjoying some service time back there. Sends it over, taken care of by Carban. Neville sets it up for the newly inserted Lockett. Another block up front, this one by Waligorski, and now the point's going to belong to Althoff. And now we're tied at 18. Brady Lichtenfeld back to serve for the Crusaders. He does. Freeman takes care of the first hit. Waligorski sends it over here, and a block and a kill at the same time off of the hands of Andy Weir. And now Althoff in front, 19-18. Lichtenfeld sends one across. Freeman picks it up. Waligorski sets it up. Does so for Taylor. Taken care of by the Carban, and Collinsville's going to get that point back. Too many hits by Althoff. We are tied at 19. Here comes Lucas Zagorski in to serve. Wilkinson to the bench. Served by Zagorski into the middle. Carban takes care of it. Neville sets it up, and it's in off of the hands of Kyle Johnson. Althoff gets that 20th point, and they have the 1-point lead, 20-19. Braden Madura back to serve now for Althoff. He does. Tonelato got there first. Waligorski sets it up for Simmons. Simmons got it across. Neville sets it up for Weir. Blocked up front. Nicely done there. Jacob Taylor in that block as well as Simmons. And now Collinsville trying to get this point. Here is Freeman. Waligorski. Taylor. He has that block. Taylor gets the next hit after the block. Sends it over for Simmons. And here is Weir. And back to work go the Kahawks. Waligorski over to this side for for Simmons. Popped up again and sent across by Althoff. Zagorski to Waligorski to Taylor. He has that blocked. And Althoff back out front by 2 now, 21-19. And another timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout right along with everybody else. And we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Back here at Belleville West High School, got a good one going on here. Collinsville won the first set, 27-25. This one's just as close, 21-19 right now in favor of Althoff. Althoff never had a lead in that first set, but they jumped out to a 5-0 lead here in this second set. Collinsville has battled back, and it's been a close one. That one just off the net. Way to keep it alive there for Collinsville. Taylor got it across on the second hit. Now set up over there by Neville. Collinsville gets to it. Here's Waligorski for Simmons. Simmons with a touch. He touches it right back. And that one goes across on the second hit by Freeman. Neville sets it up for Weir. Blocked out there by Jordan Taylor. Sent over on the sideline. Simmons sets it up, and Taylor got it over there. It looked like for a second no one was going to go after that ball. Taylor with another block, and that one falls in for a point. Collinsville back to within 1. Do you have the feeling this one's going to need extra time as well, just like the first set? Gabe Freeman comes in to serve. He serves it into the net. Freeman will go back to the bench. Taylor will come back in. And Andy Weir back to serve now for Althoff. Pops it up and taken care of by Collinsville. Waligorski sets it up over here for Simmons. That one's blocked, but it comes down on the Althoff side of the net. So Collinsville gets a much-needed point right back. Kahawks back to within 1. 22-21. Waligorski will go back to serve. Hudson checks back into the game. He'll take the place of Tonelato. And he serves a line drive shot. Neville will send it up behind him to Weir, and Collinsville's Waligorski digs that one out of there. Freeman over to Hudson. He'll get it across with a two-hand smack. Over on the far side sideline, sent across by Althoff. Collinsville back to work. Waligorski for Simmons. Little touch and taken care of. And then he gets it right back, does Simmons, and Collinsville ties this up. (22-22). Waligorski serves a line drive shot. Neville sets it up on the far side for Roque, and into the corner it goes. It hits the man with the flag. He's already standing out of bounds. So Collinsville goes up 23-22. Timeout on the floor taken by Althoff. We'll just take a 30-second timeout right along with him, and we'll be back to continue this one right after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Kahawks 2 points away from wrapping up a 2-set sweep here against Althoff, but it has not been easy by any means. Collinsville up 23-22. Waligorski back to serve it up once again. And Collin delivers into the middle. Lechtenfeld, Neville over on the far side. And to get it over, there was no really good setup. Here is Hudson. Hudson off the body of Carban and out of bounds. And the Kahawks 1 point away from wrapping up a 2-set sweep here of Althoff. Waligorski sends a screamer over. Taken care of by Lechtenfeld. Over onto the far side setup. Taken care of by Simmons. Pushed across on a little trying to catch him asleep kind of thing. Blocked out, and then it falls down. And Althoff gets a much-needed point. Collinsville up by 1, 24-23. And another timeout being taken here. So we'll take another quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back after this timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121. Or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Belleville West High School. My name is Todd Duke. Collinsville up 24-23. Looking for this final point to wrap up a 2-set sweep. Here is Michael Roque to serve. He does so. Taken care of. Waligorski to Simmons. He'll set it up, and that one is got to get over, and it does. And into the back corner it goes, off of the hand of Carnahan. And then a partial block, and that's out of bounds. Collinsville is going to win this one by a final score of 25-23 to wrap up the 2-set sweep and return here tomorrow night to take on the host Belleville West Maroons. How about that? Collinsville wins it. Kahawks move on and will play once again. And that makes us go into our post-game program, brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Althoff-May machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Looking for a more upscale place to have a few drinks and some great food? Look no further than the Speakeasy Parlor in Maryville. Come inside for some one-of-a-kind crafted cocktails and some elevated bar food that highlights fresh ingredients. Then, try your luck in the private slot machine room. And don't forget to check out the Speakeasy sister company, Plan Shop Live, just 3 doors down. Plan Shop Live is a health-focused lunch cafe open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 3. Speakeasy Parlor, 2713 North Center Street in Maryville. Open 7 days a week with happy hour specials during the week from 5 to 7 p.m. Speakeasy Parlor in Maryville, 618-205-3540. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. No one likes a dirty house. It's work that almost no one wants to do. Why not get someone to do that work for you? Kara Gray with Rags to Riches Cleaning Service would love to take that task off your to-do list. Kara is a homegrown Collinsville High School graduate and the owner of Rags to Riches. From floors to ceilings, from baseboards to light fixtures, Rags to Riches can clean them all. No job is too big or too small. Call Kara Gray at Rags to Riches Cleaning Service to schedule a free estimate today at 618-979-9634 or visit Rags to Riches Cleaning Service on Facebook.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one here tonight with a 2-set sweep of the Althoff Crusaders. Both games really very close. 27-25, needed some extra time to win that first one. 25-23 was the second set. In the first set, the Kahawks were up 5-0 before Althoff came all the way back. And they didn't never led in that first one, did Althoff. They tied it up at 23-all, then 24-all, then 25-all, and then Collinsville got the last 2 points to win that first set, 27-25. In the second set, this time it was Althoff who jumped out to a 5-0 lead. Collinsville came all the way back, tied it 10-10. Collinsville took a lead at 11-10 and then 13-10 before Althoff came all the way back, tied it up at 14. We were tied at 17. We were tied at 18. Collinsville had a 23-22 lead. And then Althoff got that next point, or Collinsville got it up 24-22 before Althoff made it 24-23. And then Collinsville picking up that last point there to win that final set by a score of 25-23. So we're going to be back here tomorrow. It's Belleville West versus Collinsville in the second regional semifinal. The first semifinal will feature the number 1 seeded Lancers of Belleville East High School, as they will take on Father McGivney at 5:30, and then Belleville West taking on Collinsville at 6:30. So we'll be on the air around the same time that we were tonight. And a big thank you to Mike Nichols joining us on the postgame show. I was supposed to have Brenna Swartz joining me here on the postgame show, but she's still down on the floor talking, and she's got her back turned to me. So unless I have a baseball in my hand that I can throw down that way to get her attention, I probably won't. So that's why we went ahead and ended it right here. So we'll try again tomorrow. And again, my name is Todd Duke. We'll be on the air around 6:10, depending on that first match, and see how things go between Father McGivney and Belleville East. So until tomorrow night, my name is Todd Duke. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Monday.